This borough is very dead. Academy Prevention is by far one of my most exciting endeavours, and it is a huge contribution of Hackney that has driven that in me. I attended under the headship of Ms.Blackman and deputised by Ms.Kelly, who I saw at Carnival once in the costume and said, oh my god, she does teaching. Actually, why I always mention Ms.Blackman and Ms.Kelly is because I also have to talk about the nuance of headship and the rarity that you have leadership that look like me. Even in this room, I'm shocked. And it's because there's so many intersections that stop us to have place in education, never mind headship. And I'm really inspired to be here, but also to now be in the studio of a school we built from scratch. But also in our admissions week. Yesterday was the first audition for our final cohort, hopefully for 2025. And tomorrow is our last one. And every single barrier we have spoken about, we are facing. And I am sure we have the kids. I am sure we have a course, which you'll find out. And those barriers are difficult. And like having newfound respect for heads. This is hard. But I always come back to the kids. Because that's why we do it. And we have so many young people that have been affected by so many things, so many barriers. And the schools and the responsibility that we hold as heads, so much. Even our way in to become teachers has barriers. Board level change, exam model change, Ofsted framework, and making those tweaks to embed and create new systems. It's because actually it's about a community effort and a long haul shift. And it's about a moral standpoint of what inclusion could look like. Captain, which at the time was called Murder Mime, and to have seen a lot of stuff in my young upbringing in Hackney. I love that Ricky Rose was mentioned. For me, that's like the cornerstone of what still holds the essence of Hackney, which is like diverse communities that speak all the things under the sun, but are in a real stronghold as community together. Something that has everyone welcome in it. So we have a real responsibility to challenge what is welcome in those spaces. Went through a lot of things as a young child, and actually it was my English teacher, who ironically is into Carnival, Ms.Gallagher. Poetry changed my life in a big way. Resilience is a word that I have real contention with, because it doesn't mean just take everything and just bounce back. They're going through life already, they know how to do that, trust me. Figuring out for yourself what your value systems are, how you can embed that into your practices. They'll figure out how to articulate themselves and rationalize their ideas with all of the stats and the world in mind, but then also know that they want to bring their community with them and think about equity to do that. And the values of this borough, we are willing to risk it for our kids. We have a very strong social thing that we are responding to, a moral obligation. If you're thinking about the kind of climate we're in, no job is guaranteed anymore. And actually transferable skills are probably the most important way to frame anything that we do at the moment. And those skills for the future are teamwork, communication, collaboration, problem solving,